Have you ever wondered how a small city-state on the Italian peninsula became the most powerful empire the world has ever seen? Welcome to the enigma that is the Roman Empire. Imagine a humble beginning in the 8th century BC, where a group of villagers on 7 hills decided to form a city that would eventually grow to influence the shape of the world as we know it today. This city is none other than Rome, the heart of the Roman Empire. From this modest start, Rome grew, not just in size but in power, ambition, and influence. But how did this happen? How did this city-state morph into a vast empire that stretched from the sun-drenched sands of northern Africa to the rain-soaked forests of northern Europe? The answer lies in a combination of factors that set Rome apart from its contemporaries. Firstly, let's consider the military prowess of Rome. The Roman legions, Rome's primary land forces, were a force to be reckoned with. These soldiers were not only well-trained and disciplined, but also highly adaptable, ready to face any challenge on the battlefield. Next, we have the Roman administrative efficiency. The Romans were master builders, not just of roads and aqueducts, but also of a complex political and administrative system that held the vast empire together. But Rome was not just about military might and administrative efficiency. The Romans were also masters of cultural assimilation. They absorbed aspects of the cultures they conquered, integrating them into their own. This ability to adapt and innovate, to take the best from others and make it their own, was a key factor in the rise of the empire. So, as we delve deeper into the history of the Roman Empire, remember this: Rome was not built in a day. It took centuries of expansion, battles, and cultural exchanges. The Roman Empire rose to power not just by the might of its legions, but also by its ability to adapt, innovate, and assimilate. At its height, the Roman Empire was a beacon of civilization, but even the brightest light casts a shadow. What were the cracks that began to appear at the height of its glory? The Roman Empire, at its zenith, was a testament to human achievement. Its vast territories stretched from the sandy dunes of Africa across Europe and into the mysteries of the East. Its legions marched with the precision of clockwork, its roads and aqueducts were marvels of engineering, and its cities, resplendent with grandeur, were the envy of the known world. Yet beneath this dazzling spectacle, the seeds of decline had already been sown. Political instability began to gnaw at the foundations of this great empire. The once mighty Senate, a symbol of Roman democracy, found itself increasingly sidelined by autocratic emperors whose thirst for power knew no bounds. Civil wars and bloody power struggles became the order of the day, casting a long dark shadow over the empire's golden age. Economic problems too began to surface. The vastness of the empire made it expensive to manage and defend, straining the imperial coffers. Inflation soared as emperors devalued the currency to pay for their extravagant lifestyles and costly wars. The once thriving economy began to falter, and the divide between the rich and the poor widened, sowing the seeds of social unrest. Beyond the empire's borders, external threats loomed large. Barbarian tribes, once kept at bay by the formidable Roman legions, began to test the empire's defenses. The empire, stretched thin and weakened by internal strife, found itself increasingly unable to repel these invasions. The cracks were beginning to show, and they would only widen with time. Despite its grandeur and power, the Roman Empire was not invincible. It had its own Achilles heel. The empire that had once stood as a beacon of civilization was beginning to crumble, setting the stage for one of history's most dramatic falls. Despite its grandeur and power, the Roman Empire was not invincible. It had its own Achilles heel. The mighty Roman Empire did not fall overnight. It was a slow and painful process. But what led to this downfall? The empire, once a beacon of strength and prosperity, was teetering on the brink of collapse, weighed down by a combination of internal problems and external threats. At the heart of the empire's downfall were the barbarian invasions. These fierce warriors from the north swept into Roman territories, pillaging and burning as they went. The Romans, stretched thin and unable to effectively defend their vast borders, were helpless in the face of such relentless onslaught. But the invasions were not the only issue. The empire itself was crumbling from within. A pivotal moment was the division of the empire into eastern and western halves in the late 3rd century. This division, meant to make governing the vast empire more manageable, instead sowed the seeds of strife and dissolution. The two halves drifted apart, each facing its own set of challenges, leading to a weakening of the empire's unity and strength. Meanwhile, the loss of traditional Roman values played a significant role in the empire's decline. The virtues of discipline, integrity, and civic duty that had once defined Rome were gradually replaced by corruption, decadence, and a disregard for public welfare. This moral decay ate away at the empire's foundations, further hastening its downfall. When the dust settled, the mighty Roman Empire was no more. Its grandeur and glory faded into the annals of history, leaving behind a shell of its former self. But even in its demise, the empire left a lasting impact on the world. The aftermath of the fall saw the emergence of new kingdoms and civilizations, many of which were heavily influenced by Roman culture, law, and governance. The remnants of the empire served as a blueprint for future empires, shaping the course of history in ways that still resonate today. The fall of the Roman Empire marked the end of an era, but its legacy continues to shape our world today. The Roman Empire may have fallen, but Rome, the eternal city, continues to stand. What is the legacy of this great empire? The Roman Empire, the majestic colossus of antiquity, has left an enduring influence on modern civilization. Its contributions span various aspects of our lives, from law to language, architecture to governance. The concept of rule of law, an integral part of many modern legal systems, owes its existence to Roman jurisprudence. The Latin language, the lingua franca of the empire, has shaped many of the world's languages, including English, French, and Spanish. Roman architectural marvels, with their grandeur and precision, have inspired countless modern-day structures. The principles of Roman engineering continue to guide our architectural practices. In governance, the Roman administrative system's efficiency and effectiveness set a benchmark. Its model of representative government has formed the bedrock of many democratic systems around the world. The Roman Empire may have been a historical chapter, but its influence is a book that never ends.